first thing
I do
because
too,
I'm never
because
ready.
You skunk yourself.
I know, I'm never ready.
I like
so.
to do the intro at lunchtime because then I know I've got a bit. And,
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'll try it. Brand new adventure today, and I am with
Warren from NQ Explorers, and Colleen's here too, up the hill there somewhere.
yeah. She's already
digging.
I know. We're down here, talking.
Yeah.
Is that a gum tree that the kookaburra sits in? Those are the questions I have. The real important stuff. Anyway, we're hunting detecting a World War II era camp.
Yes.
Right. And this was an Australian Army camp.
Australian Army. So this was established after Pearl Harbor, late '42. The second AIF, the Australian Imperial Force, which were in the Middle East fighting the Africa Corps. They came home because there's a big emergency. All of a sudden, Australian mainland's under threat. And Australia really believed they were going to get invaded by the Japanese, so it was a big deal. Darwin was bombed by the same fleet, the same carriers that bombed Pearl Harbor bombed Darwin, so mainland Australia was bombed. A lot of civilians were killed. So the 9th Division came back from the Middle East and they set these camps up. They built this infrastructure you'll see in a minute in Bo's video. Did some jungle training, and then they went into New Guinea, Kokoda, Boonagona with the US Army, US 32nd Division. And then while they were up there, the 7th Division came back from Syria, from rest and recreation, training. They went to New Guinea. 9th Division came back for rest and rec because they took a lot of casualties, so it kind of rotated through there. And from there, they moved through northern New Guinea into Bougainville and the islands from this spot here. So this was home to a lot of men, like 2 divisions of men.
You kind of actually did get a little chill thinking about the guys here in the camp.
Yep.
You know, relatively safe.
Yeah.
But what they were getting ready to go through.
I know.
You know, just,
and what was
and how many of them didn't make it.
Exactly.
You
So
know, and the
it's
horrible experiences.
Yep. And as you said, it is a humbling experience because some of these relics you find were owned by people that didn't come back.
Did you leave anything that I might find?
Well, there'll be plenty here. It's
probably
a
have to be
huge
really
area.
shallow.
I haven't got your skills, so I'm sure you're going to find lots of
I've
stuff.
Listen to them.
So, but Rising Sun Cap badges, if you find Australian Army relics, Australia shoulder flashes, it's all good quality brass. And because, as I was saying to you earlier, this has had no modern use. No one's been here since 1945. So there's no rubbish.
Awesome.
Well, it's World War II rubbish. That's
this
it.
chimney behind us. This is period, World War II
Yeah, World War
period.
II. Made out of bush rock.
Bush rock.
Camp
Such
kitchen.
thing as a bush rock.
Yeah, well, the rocks out of the
Yeah,
bush.
that's kind of weird, yeah.
So this would have been a fireplace. Maybe the officers sat around here drinking and smoking cigars, or a camp kitchen.
And there's a number of them in here.
They're all over the place.
Wow.
In the divisional camps.
Still sitting there. You know, the ghosts of history is right here. You can see it.
Exactly.
You know, touching that, talking, laughing.
Yep.
Knowing that things are going to get much worse.
That's right.
You know, they knew it.
And they're all young men. They're all in their 20s, these guys.
Kids.
You know?
Really, they were kids.
Yeah.
I do have one other question for you.
Yeah.
Something that...
You're scratching at
I got to
something.
find this thing because I have a feeling it's pretty important.
Oh, yes. Snake bite bandage.
Yeah, I want to believe that you're just doing this just to, like, you know,
just to
keep
make
me
you
on my
feel
toes,
better,
but...
Because there's no hope for you if you're bitten by a snake, but this is a snake bandage. We just gave that to Bo to make him feel a little bit of security.
Yeah, this is the first place we've been that you said, take this.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like, yeah, you want this? It was like, take this.
It's just instilling some hope that you may survive. You know
So
what I mean?
apparently there are like dangerous snakes out here.
Yeah,
So.
well, you get the eastern browns and maybe a taipan. So we
I'm
don't.
gonna ask you a favor.
Yeah,
If I don't make it, tell my wife I love her.
I will do.
And post the video.
Yeah, and can I have your backpack? And
Yeah, you can have it all. Just take it.
Right.
Well, don't post the video, but just post a video of us talking right now.
Okay.
Just fade to black.
That'd be nice, wouldn't
Beautiful,
it?
isn't it?
Nice memorial.
Yeah. Let's go find some relics.
Let's
What do
do
you
it.
say?
Let's do
I'm
it.
gonna have lots of questions. Everything I find, I'm not
That's
gonna
cool.
know.
That's cool.
These weird down under Aussie Army relics.
You're going to find a lot of live ammunition. I'll guarantee that.
Okay.
And it's all going to ring up in the 70s.
Bombs, mortars.
No, mainly small arms.
Okay.
Small arms.
We can handle that, right?
Don't dig big targets because they could be
That's
artillery shells.
Exactly. Don't dig big targets.
No, we don't want to dig
Yeah,
any
it's
high
either an
explosives.
artillery shell or an ammo can
Could
full
be
of gold
ammo.
coins.
Could be. Yeah, that's possible. I suppose.
Lots of weird noises around here.
Yeah.
All right.
just a bird.
Well, let's get to it. What do you say?
Copy, Colleen. We've just set up a water and first aid point at the lower chimney. Over.
Yeah, copy that.
So I just got started and I got my very first signal not far from the chimney. And I thought I'd get you in on this because this could possibly be my very first Australian Army World War II relic. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get this done. Garrett AT Max today. 0 mode, which is what I prefer. Maximum sensitivity if possible. I do have the iron discrimination on up to 14 just to get rid of some of those little ticks and talks of pieces of 55-gallon drum, or what do you call those things, Warren? 55-gallon drums?
44-gallon drum.
44-gallon drums.
44 imperial gallons.
Yeah, I guess the imperial gallon's a little bigger than the...
They said that's the only thing bigger in the UK than the US.
Okay, Warren. Decent signal here. I mean, I don't know if it's going to be 45, 46. Not a great, like, big silver signal. So I think the target should be right here. So I'm just going to break it apart a little bit, then I'll get the pinpointer on it. Okay, I should either be out of the hole or much closer. Okay. All right, so still there. Nice and loud, jumping around a little bit. That sets you up. Hope that's not it right there. Looks like some type of foil. I'm sure that's probably it right there. Yeah, all right. This is my first relic from an Australian World War II Army camp. And it looks like lead. I suspect it's probably some type of lid to something. You know, some type of packaging or lid. Yeah, some type of lead disc thingy. I'm just glad it wasn't like a gold... What was that? Like a monkey. Oh, it's a big cockatoo. Like one of those big white cockatoos. Giant flocks of those things down here. And they're kind of scary. They sound like ring race when you hear them, especially at, you know, in the morning, first light. Anyway, all right, first relic. Glad it wasn't a sovereign or gold coin, because I might have gotten snake bit and left out here by Warren. He would have taken me to the lair, the snake lair. Okay, let's get to it. Oh, give me a heart attack. Yeah, before I get away from the chimney, I want to let you guys know I did check around the chimney, at least the front of it. I'm going to check the rest with a metal detector to see if there's like any coins or anything cool that someone might have put in there when they were building it, like a time capsule. Unfortunately, there's a lot of big iron in there. Like there's a piece of pipe that I guess they, you know, use for the lintel, and there's some rebar and stuff. And I don't know about snakes. It kind of freaked me out when I looked over my shoulder and saw all those holes. So we'll have to be a little bit careful about that. And I noticed that there's a concrete pad there of some sort. So there would have been some type of building here, I suppose. Some more concrete, pile of concrete here. And another washout of some sort over there. Well, that's not even a washout, is it? These trenches could have been slit trenches. Now, they would have dug trenches like this as slit trenches, you know, for the latrine or privy, outhouse. But they also dug these type of trenches for air raid protection. So when airplanes started coming over and the alarm went off, they could jump into it, kind of like a foxhole. It's something handy that you would have, you know, all over the camps that soldiers could dive into at a moment's notice. Funny story. I'm going to tell you this. My dad, he was one of the stories. My father was in World War II, and he fought through North Africa, Italy, and then into Germany with the Rhineland. That's what the campaign was called, I guess. One of the stories he told me that I remember is they had an air raid alarm went off one evening or one night or something. So he jumped out of his tent and dove into the first trench, which wasn't the air raid protection trench, but was the slit trench for the privy. So he comes out of this thing, you know, just covered with poo, basically, and reeking. And he got some type of nickname for doing that. I probably can't share it with you here, but that's one of the stories he told me that was kind of lighthearted from the war. So you don't want to dive into a bucket of poo. I already lost my metal detector. A bucket of poo if you can avoid it. So always know where the proper trench is located. I hope I never have to do that, or you either. All right, let's get back to digging. Really cool place. Oh, but yeah, you know, you're looking around here and you're seeing that it's very dry. It looks like it's just going to be really dry here all the time, but this is the dry season. You know, in another month or 2 or 3 months or whatever, it gets torrential downpours here, and it gets very, very wet and humid. There's mountains right over there, and kind of seeing through the trees, and they actually did jungle training over there. You don't think of Australia as having jungle, at least I never did. I mean, you know, we always picture just being vast open desert, which it obviously isn't. But yeah, it's kind of cool. It's just dry now, but give it a couple months and we'll have meters of water falling in short periods of time. I'm digging in this little trench. I got a decent signal right there, and I went ahead and dug it. And I have what I would consider my first bona fide Australian relic of World War II. You see it? That right there is a pistol cartridge of some sort. It's unfired. You can see there's the primer, It doesn't have a dent in it. Well, you would think it's on fire because it has a bullet in the end, which is, you know, pretty typical. But there's no dent in the primer, so it's not a misfire. It's a 100% live piece of ammunition. I don't even know if you can own these things in Australia. I guarantee you one thing, I ain't bringing it back with me on the plane. So I just found this little doodad, and I can tell that this is probably a tube, like a toothpaste tube, that's been rolled up. Pretty rough shape. That might be what that very first target I found was as well. It's probably like the top portion, which is a little bit thicker. Sometimes you can unroll these things and actually see what they are. It's made out of like a lead-like material, so it's soft, but yeah, that one's totally gone. There's no way to identify exactly what it was, but maybe the next one will be rolled up and we'll be able to read it, and there'll be a gold coin stuck in it with any luck whatsoever. I worked my way down to this bottom of this gully. Warren just up on the hill there, Warren and Colleen. You know, kind of thought I'd just try some different territory that maybe other, you know, diggers, detectors haven't really checked before. So I walked up through there and I'm just checking these little ravines. And I have a nice one here. A nice little ravine goes back. And again, anything goes on the surface is going to be at the bottom right here now, because all the dirt was falling down in there. It's been washed clean and it's probably just laying right there. Now maybe that's a snake den. I don't know. Maybe, I mean, if I was a snake, that's where I'd be living. But I do have a good signal here, and I thought we'd go ahead and dig that together and think about going further up as we... Now, let's just see what this is first. That looks a little shaky, doesn't it? Okay, here's the first good signal out of here. It's not like a whopping good signal, because I think it's down a little ways. You know, it's reading 48 to 60, kind of jumping around a little bit, but I can't really get the loop down anyway because of the rocks. Let me set you up on the bank. You can watch the excitement, and hopefully there's not a giant spider or snake come out of that leaf litter. All right, something's right there. I would just go ahead and scrape it back a little bit to start with. Let's see if it's still there. I don't want to break it if it's something good. So it's either too deep for the pinpoint or I've already moved it. So let's get the machine back out. Okay, a little too deep for the pinpoint, or slightly on this side, I think. This is why I can't really use a shovel here. It'd take all day to dig. There we go. Looked almost like a little bit of charcoal there, but that might just be the rock. All right, I don't think we're gonna move that. Now, let's see what we got here. You should be able to hear that with a pinpointer. Naturally, it's under the rock, but I think we can just take the tip and work some of the dirt away and get under the rock without moving it, hopefully. There we go. I don't guess there'll be any snakes under that. Jeez. Could be iron. Sometimes when you get deeper signals like this and you're not really level with the loop, iron will sound off halfway decent in the beginning. And of course, with a pinpoint, there's no way to know. Yeah, directly underneath that rock. I think I see it, maybe. Oh, I think it's another one of those toothpaste thingies. Oh yeah, look at that. Let's look at this together up close. Some type of little tube. This could be toothpaste or some type of ointment. I don't recognize what that is. Looks like it starts with a K. Can't read a few letters. Then YNOS. Dental. Yeah, so I guess it's toothpaste. It has dental. I can read that. See how it's rolled up? Back in the old days, when I was a kid and before, this is the way this stuff came. It came in these lead-like tubes that as you squeezed it, you know, instead of having the plastic, you could actually just roll it up tighter and tighter and tighter. So everything was forced to the very end. You can get every last drop of goodness. But, you know, lead's probably not good for us, so they say. And, what's that say? Sydney something, New Haven. All Yeah, we'll go ahead and say that one. Let Warren take a look at it, and maybe he'll have a story for us. Warren has a story for everything. I would say he talks more than I do, but he doesn't. I talk too much. I'm actually not going to go any deeper in there because I don't know enough about the wildlife and the snakes in this area to know if that's the perfect place for one of those, you know, instant death snakes. So we'll leave that for another day and stay in the slightly more open areas, like up on that hillside. So I do have some sense, maybe not a lot, but some. Nice little signal here. It's a little bit deeper yet. Nice and sandy once you get out of the rocks. Hopefully I got it. I don't want to. I want to be a little careful because it's really neat. Apparently, like cat badges and stuff in here made out of brass. I don't want to hurt those. Yeah. So whatever we have is right here. Let's go ahead and pinpoint. I pinpoint by turning it off. There's another method, but I can never remember what it is. Turn it off. Put it close to where you think the target is. Turn it on. And now it's been sensitized so that it has to be right over the target for it to go off. And you can tell exactly how big the target's going to be. So, I don't know if you can hear that, but I think you can. So it's there to there. So it's pretty wide or long. If we want to sensitize it even more, turn it off, turn it on like almost over the center. See, right? From there to there, from there to there to there. So I can tell you right now, this object is about that big, directly below. Ready for the whack. Notice I did it out in front a little bit. What I'm going to try to do is break that soil up a little. There we go. Now we should have gotten it there. I just broke that clump out that was giving us the signal. And I suspect it's going to be in the dirt I just took out. Yep. All right. Going to reposition you. I think it's going to be in this clump. Oh, as heavy as can be. What is it? That's actually iron. Big, thick, heavy piece of iron. You know, I don't know. That almost looks like something exploded to me. But I don't know if I don't think they would have had actual shell like fire right here. But I'm going to save that, show it to Warren. That could be a shell fragment or a piece of pipe. Boy, it's really heavy though. Almost like it's not iron. It's like too heavy for the iron I'm familiar with. Little scratched area there is where I dug that, let's just call it a shell fragment for now. And got a nice little signal here. This is definitely non-ferrous, reading in the mid-50s. I don't think it's going to be very deep either by the sounds of it. We're just going to peel off the top layer of sand and silt. Check it again. All right, still buried, good. Still reading mid to upper 50s, and I got one bar of battery left. There, it's probably going to be in this one. Shit. What's that? This is a nail, but there's no way that's what I heard. It's iron. That should have just given like a little grunt noise. Let's bag it. Let's try again. All right, still in the hole. See, still reading mid-50s. So that iron nail didn't affect the ability of the machine to hear the good target, which is always a good sign. All right, that should got it. I was kind of afraid when I first stepped down that there might be a giant serpent curled up here waiting for me, like on one of those ledges. But I moved all the stuff around with the loop and before I came down, so I think it was pretty safe. All right, yay, it's out. Right here, we should be pretty much be able to see it. Set the machine down over the pick. All right, there it is. What is it? Oh, that's pretty cool. This is a little brassy doodad. I think that's what they call them down here. I suspect that's going to be part of a knapsack or some type of web gear, harness buckle that the soldiers would have used. I'm sure Warren would be able to identify that pretty easily. Yeah, okay, so there would have been a web belt in here probably. You can see that where this would slide down. Hey, let me set this down for a minute. So the belt would have probably gone through there, and this probably would have opened like this. You just slide it, yeah, so you slide it like that to get it apart. Not very heavy, so I don't think it's like combat gear. It's probably like a suspender clip with a web belt going over the top and something holding some type of overall type thing on the bottom. But that's a cool little find. Never found anything. Never found an artifact that looked exactly like that. So I'm real happy with it. Warren said to always check any bottles that I see, especially beer bottles, because a lot of them will have the dates on the bottom. Now I don't know if that's a beer bottle or not, but I'm going to kick it before I pick it up. Make sure there's no critters underneath. He said a lot of them are dated. I don't see a date on this one though. I guess that's beer. I'll carry this with me until we see Warren. I certainly don't want to carry it all day. He should be up in that area. I heard some scratching earlier. Oh, there's some, right? Yeah, maybe a date. Maybe there is a date on this one. I'll give it a fuel cleaning. Can you read it? I can't make that out. It looks like G. Actually, it looks like Japanese characters after the G, but I can't imagine that's what it is. Get a little bit of this special water I always carry on with me. G4 and then another, maybe a J or something. So I don't know. That might be a code for a date. Let's bag it and bring it back. I just jumped a little kangaroo wallaby looking creature. Jumped out of here and I ran up the hill, but I'm using a GoPro and it takes so long to turn on that the thing's probably had babies and their babies have had babies by now. So you're not going to get to see it, but it was pretty cool hopping through the woods like a giant rabbit. I think base camp is right over in this area. I'm going to go get some water because I'm already sweating like a big dog. But look at this tree. Isn't that wild? I don't know if I should touch it or not. Kind of reminds me of a sycamore, but I guess, jeez, what was that? That's a lizard. I don't know if that's a gum tree or not. I'm not sure. I think Warren said they look kind of like this. Bizarre stuff. I am like a jumpy critter down here today. I hate it. I hate being so jumpy. But they say that actually the jumpy people are the ones that are in tune to the surroundings and will probably survive a lot longer than the people that are and don't really recognize the potential danger. That's what I keep telling myself anyway. This is an interesting signal right here. There was actually a dig hole. You can tell somebody was here some time ago, probably since the last big rain. But not today, obviously, because I just dug this out. That's the old dirt. But it's a really weird high-pitched signal. And it's got that like 99 iron feel to it. But it's not broken up at all. It's like it's a giant silver bar. Usually if you get iron, it just, you get a little bit of brokenness. Well, let's try iron audio on it and see if that helps us out at all. So that's on. Now we should hear some little bit of grunting going on if it's iron. But see, it's not hearing it. I suspect that's a big piece of, non-ferrous metal. It might be like thick aluminum or something like that. Just beautiful, but 99. Signal right here. Let's go ahead and pinpoint it so we don't hit it. Although I don't really think it's going to be anything. Look at that. It's deep enough the pinpoint is not picking it up. It could be really, that's weird. Oh, dude, this could be like Yamamoto's or Yamashitas or whatever treasure. Maybe he came to Australia when he buried it. That's a World War II Japanese treasure legend. I don't think he came here, but this would be the perfect place for him if we could make it. Because who would look in an enemy's camp? All right, here we go. God, weird signal. I'm really kind of assuming this is a giant piece of iron, but we have to dig this. All right, let's check it out. Still there. High pitched. So we're still digging down. And we're getting closer. That's a weird sound. Yeah, so we're getting closer. It's really hard to dig with a pick though, naturally. I just want to see if it's iron, because if it's iron, I'll probably just leave it. I suspect this is going to be zinc. Big sheet of tin or something. All right, get closer. Oy. Or a big treasure chest. All right, so we got part of it exposed. It's thin. Let's go down and look at it up close. Look, see how it's flaking? That tells me that's zinc. That's why we're getting that really good signal. Looks almost like a helmet or something outlined, but I doubt they had zinc helmets, because I think zinc was quite valuable back then for the war effort. I'm gonna dig on it just a little bit more. And if it's, I'll show you at the very end, but I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera off, since I know it's not like something super, super cool. So this is as far as I'm going to go with it. I can tell it's just a sheet of something, and again, it's zinc. I'm going to cover the hole back up and go find Warren at some point today. Tell him about it and what I'm seeing. And if he thinks it's worth it, we'll come back and dig it out. But I just cannot imagine what that could be. That would be really worth keeping. So I have it all covered back up. I'm going to just go ahead and go back to the chimney or base camp, get some water, and see if I can find Warren. Check them out, see what they've been finding. I can hear them up here. They're not far. Every once in a while I hear some scratchings. So can you say good day, mate, and greeting, or a mate and greetings? What's a greeting down here? I'm going to see you again after a few minutes.
Good day.
Good day. Good day.
Yeah, good day.
Hey, good day.
Good day. What's going
on?
I found him. Did you find that artillery
I'm
shell?
exhausted. No. Had this big target down there, 99, which is too high. Yeah. Really for anything, but no grunts of iron. Dug down. And it's a sheet of zinc.
Oh, okay.
Like a thin sheet going across. And I just kind of stopped when I got there. So in your opinion, whether or not it's worth going, because it's hard digging.
If it
just looks like a sheet.
Could be an earth mat for a radio tower, a radio house or something. They have the earth mats for the HF radios. Okay. Possibly that, if it's a large area.
Yeah, it's fairly good size.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's definitely a sheet of zinc.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't think of anything good it would be, worth digging up for.
No, they buried it for some reason. It could be some sort of earth mat.
Yeah, okay.
For comms.
Just let it go?
Yeah, I'll let it go.
Woo! I'm glad we can let that one go.
I haven't got that kind of energy in this heat.
But you can dig anything?
I think that's a 38 Webley live drop. That's like an officer's pistol.
All right. I actually have.
Is that a 38?
I found one of these.
You did?
American?
No, English. Or Australian.
Or 30. We have a 38 as well.
Yeah. But, oh, yeah. It'll be a Webley.
That was like my first relic that I found.
Here? Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And I got silver.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
So this is Australian serpents, but it's got a Denver mint mark.
No.
So the reason that is that...
where's the Denver mint mark?
See the D up there? It's a 1942 D. There's a little D under the 42.
I can't see it, but...
You'll be able to see it on the video.
Denver?
So Denver, you get Denver and San Francisco mint Australian silver. Why is that, you say?
Why is that, you say? That's what I'm wondering.
42, 43, 44, there was such a boom in the Australian economy because of the war. This Royal Australian Mint couldn't keep up with the mintage of the coin, so what they did was they sent silver bars to the United States. You guys minted them in San Francisco and Denver. You minted our threepence and sixpence coins.
That's 3 penny and 6 penny?
Yeah, so 3 penny and 6 penny. There's 144 pennies to a pound. It's not decimal. So what happened was,
that's beautiful.
After the war, to pay for the US minting the coins, we sent the coins back and you guys remelted them into silver.
Oh, really?
So it's a nice little bit of US Australian history there.
It's a beautiful coin too.
Yeah.
I've never heard that story. Now I'm going to show my finds.
Okay.
You ready?
I'm ready.
I've already made guesses as to what they were.
Okay.
Bottle.
Oh.
Is that a
That
period?
is a bottle, correct. That's the first one.
1960. You told me to look for dates. There's a little bit of writing on it, but...
There's a full collection you get from 39 to 45, and it's actually got the year on it.
But you can actually read it. There's a little bit of writing there, but it's really hard to read.
They're offering the New South Wales Bottle Company.
But that could be of the era.
That is World War II beer.
Oh, okay. All right, good.
A digger drank cold beer out of that.
A digger.
A digger.
What's it?
Australian infantryman. Australian soldiers.
Really?
Are diggers.
They're called diggers?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's the same thing you showed me.
Pretty much a 38, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. And I have. Oh, yeah. You were telling me about these.
Okay.
I unrolled it and we talked
that's
about.
World War II. That's Ipana toothpaste. Yeah. And actually, that's a ripper. That one. If you read that,
A ripper.
that's a ripper.
Yeah, I actually
I'm
unfolded
pretty
it.
sure
and
that
we-
says on it something like reduced taste due to wartime restrictions or something.
Okay, I looked
It's
for
got
that.
something like that on it.
Yeah, I looked. It just said, I can see something London, New Haven, and then it said something about dental. So I figured it was toothpaste.
Something about bland flavour due to so there's no.
cool.
They didn't put any peppermint or spearmint in the toothpaste.
Got those two little pieces that went together.
Okay, well that's a bit of webbing.
Is that
from
webbing?
Shoulder
that
webbing.
piece there too. So that would that have been
That's of a pack or a pouch.
Seems like it's really lightweight though.
You'll find rig webbing brass.
Okay, so that's it, you know,
That's a
soldier
probably
related
off a pouch.
official. That's
Yeah,
like
it's
issue.
World War II Australian
Okay.
Army. That looks like a shell fragment.
I thought it was a shell fragment. That's what I said in my
That's
video.
probably a 25 pounder.
Oh, so it could be.
Yeah,
okay.
it'll be World War II frag.
Oh, awesome.
They weren't actually, wasn't live firing right here, but there would have been.
Yeah.
There was all around mortars and 25 pounders.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you think it's pretty good, maybe? Good target?
I
That's
think so.
deep.
And it's up on the side of the hill here.
Yeah.
There's a lot of runoff, so 70 years of this. Look how deep we are. We're way down below.
Oh,
here,
look. Let's see.
Let's see what it is.
See a fuse.
No, it's a
Lid. Of
it's a hexagonal nut. How exciting is that?
Well, I mean,
Well, it's a
war
machinery
related.
part. It's
Who
World War
knows?
II.
Yeah.
Look at the depth of that, though. That's like
Yeah.
full pinpoint of depth. Well, it's a pretty big target,
Yeah.
but yeah,
So it doesn't have threads on the inside. Looks, or does
it's
it?
offset too.
Yeah. That's kind of weird. So that's some type of, you could probably identify
Oh,
what the
I'm pretty
came
sure I
off of
could.
because it's
Yeah.
being offset like that.
Yeah.
It looks like it's worn even.
Yeah, it
maybe.
is. It is.
Worn out.
Probably why it's here.
That's pretty cool.
Righto.
So Colleen just called us down the hill. Apparently she has some things uncovered for us to look at. And I guess they're going to make a little film for their videos. But I'm going to kind of look over his shoulder. I'll be really quiet. Try to be very quiet.
Okay, so you got a really good find here apparently.
Yes, I was just checking what size it was. Give me that and you get it. But it's what?
Oh, look at that. That's a stainless steel identity disc, World War II.
Yep.
That's an absolute ripper. That's the lower half of a soldier's identity disc. Now the big drama is whether it's blank or it's actually one that's been used. If you can clean it, can you see any writing on it? Is it punched?
It is punched. I can see a number on that.
Name and number. So online we've got all these records. We can identify the soldier online, no doubt at all. Australian War Memorial's got all these. I'm going to have to give it a bush clean if you don't mind. Which means I'm going to have to spit on it.
I thought you had to put it in your mouth, Warren.
No, I'm not going to put it in my mouth.
I'll edit that part out.
Yeah. Okay.
That's awesome. I tried to be quiet. I don't know if I was because it was pretty exciting.
I thought I saw something
I think I see writing. No.
Often it's quite faint.
Isn't that number there or something? I'm sure I still can see a number.
Oh, there is something. It is. Oh, it's engraved.
Is it?
It's engraved. It's not punched. Isn't it? Yeah, there's a number. So what happens with the numbers? Each state. Yep,
Yeah, there's
it's
a
got
number.
it's got an ID on it.
So would they normally have a heavy punch?
Normally
Or-
be punched with a metal punch, and the numbers be punched. But some are engraved like this one, so I can identify this soldier because the first letter of the number, it's always a letter then an X. So every state had a unique letter. So Q for Queensland, N for New South Wales, the 6 states for anyone who's watching from outside Australia, V for Victoria, S for South Australia, T for Tasmania. So we can, when we clean this up properly, well, it'll have his name and his religion and his blood type.
I thought it was that.
Yeah, it could be a foot powder.
A lot
or-
of times
yeah.
they have powder. If that comes off, it
Yeah.
might be a...
That'll be Bakelite or something. Or,
Yeah.
Yeah.
The turn?
Oh, we're going to see what's inside it.
Oh.
Oh, he's
Oh.
left a bit behind and
Yeah,
it's black.
whatever it is. Boot
What's
polish, maybe?
blackjack? What do they use that black tar for? Cuts
That
in
was for wounds. and-
Wounds.
Yeah.
Smell it.
Yeah, I think it's blackjack. Lick it.
Well, I mean, you can taste it.
Is it
Yeah, there's
blackjack?
still a
You
little
don't really
bit in
smell any odor.
it. Okay, I thought it
That's
was
pretty
picking up
cool.
that, but
Yeah.
that's-
All right, I have to go get some more water. Be right with you.
This one is, in case you find one of these, you'll know what it is. It was a 76. It's really conductive with this tiny little buckle. That's the chin strap buckle off an Australian slouch hat. You know, the turned upside hat.
Oh, really?
That's a chin strap buckle.
Boy, that's tiny.
Yeah, it goes around the leather strap.
Yeah.
It goes around the bottom. And they had the puggaree around the top, like, you know, the old, it was a World War I wound puggaree around the hat.
What's a puggaree?
Well, that was
The thing band or?
yeah, they used to use it on their instead of gaiters in World War I. World War II they just had the puggaree, and they have now, but This is
Oh,
that's
wow.
a 10 strap buckle. That rings up a 76 on an Garrett AT. It's such a highly conductive little target. Yeah, but that's what that is. If you
Yeah,
find
I would
one.
have never known digging
Yeah.
that up, you know.
Yeah,
That's
nice
what-
bit of
I
Aussie
found
history.
I still do that. I mean, that's probably, I just dug that. I mean,
Electrical
man,
connector
I think
or
that's to
something?
World War II.
It'll be World War.
Probably.
Oh, wait a minute.
What?
Oh no, yeah, it's World War II. Everything in here is World War II. There's nothing
Okay.
else here. Or is it a switch? Could be a
Oh,
switch.
yeah, okay.
Because they had power in here, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could be the radios and all that stuff
Yeah,
too,
radios,
right? So-
all sorts of, yeah.
All right, that's pretty cool. So,
Yeah.
so you say a good find is one of the
Rising
cat
sun
badge or
cat
something?
badges, or a collar badge.
Collar badge,
Or in
okay.
Australia, it'd be nice if you got it. They're in here somewhere.
Yeah, okay.
Just got to swing across them.
Yep, for sure. It's a cartridge right on the surface. I'm assuming that's the same thing that I found. I guess it's been fired. The primer is actually completely missing by the looks of it. See any more? I hear Warren. He's getting something up there. Got some live ammo here. Look at this. That's a complete cartridge. I'm assuming it's from a 303 or what we call a British 303. I'll ask Warren. Let's ask Warren. He's right up here. Hey, Warren. He's gonna get tired of me. This is a 303?
Oh, yeah, 303
Okay,
live.
303.
So the date stamp will be, well, it could be anything, but obviously be pre-42, 44.
That's
Right.
a pretty like common find.
That's
You find those out
Yes,
here, yeah?
because Lee Enfield rifle was a standard infantry rifle of the Australian Army, bolt action rifle.
Do you call that a British 303 or just a 303?
Just a 303.
Yeah,
Because-
we say British 303.
Okay, well they were manufactured here in Melbourne
Yeah.
generally at the Australian
Yeah.
Small Arms Factory. Machine gun, a Vickers machine gun also used a 303 caliber, which was a standard infantry machine gun, a water-cooled machine
Yeah.
gun.
That's a pretty cool little find.
Yeah.
Nothing I can add to my collection, but a
Not
pretty
something
cool
you can
little
take,
find.
get through, back through the border.
I'm not even going to try. You got something good there? Maybe?
Potentially, it's an 80 it's under this roof.
Mind if I hang out for a minute?
You can hang out. But don't try.
Well, let me rephrase that. Do you mind if we hang out for a minute?
I try not to reach too much because it's tough enough for the.
Oh, you know, I never thought of that.
You know,
That
it's
they're
tough enough
probably
for these trees
stressed.
here.
Get so much drought stress out here between seasons.
Oh,
It's moved.
we moved something.
Shit. What is it?
It's,
What is it? It's a
well, it was
nail.
an 80 signal. I'm
It's a
getting
nail. I
excited.
can
but-
see it from here. It's in front
Is
of
it?
you. Yeah, it's gonna fall off your finger. You can't see that.
Oh, sorry.
I'm glad that wasn't a big
That's
old
a brass tack. That's
snake
out
of some kind.
Yeah, it's out of.
Jeez.
Well, I was looking for silver coin, but that's why I
Yeah,
didn't see that.
yeah. You see what you want to see, I
I
guess.
think that's probably a brass tack out of a jungle boot, an army boot.
You think that?
I think it's
really,
brass.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's
I
just
believe
check
it's,
this.
it's brass. It's brass for sure.
That's the
but
signal. Yeah,
it's just like a.
that's the signal.
It's really thick, but it doesn't have like a hobnail
it
thingy
doesn't-
on the
I don't
end.
know
So
what that is, but it's just
yeah,
I'm suspecting
brass for sure,
I'm
though.
suspecting footwear. It's not a silver coin, I don't think.
no matter how much you look at that and wish it was,
I know.
but you already have a silver
Yeah.
coin, so I don't feel bad for you.
Yeah.
Dug a little relic. See it? This is a little D-ring. I'm assuming off of some type of combat harness. Well, almost 99% sure. And let's check the hole, make sure there's nothing else in there. Nope, that's it. It's amazing how much stuff is out here. I mean, this is a camp that, you know, although we're way out there, has been hunted by a lot of people apparently over the years, and their targets are just everywhere. Really good sounding targets. And I mean, you've seen what we've dug already. We've only been here a few hours. Although the chig's getting a little hungry. I'm always hungry. So we're going to hunt for I'm going to try to start talking them into. That sounds like some type of weird Swahili word. Takamentu. They're going to get something to eat soon because I'm starved. But we're going to dig for a little bit longer. Hey, Warren. Can I borrow your extensive knowledge of the Australian bush? I got a skeleton down here. A skeleton, and I'm just wondering what kind of creature it might be.
I haven't even seen it, but it's probably a wallaby or something, is it?
It's small, something small.
Yeah.
I haven't really looked at it yet, but what do you think?
Yeah, it's a wallaby. I told us.
So these just eat grass?
Yeah, that's right. So here's his lower jaw here.
Okay.
There's his lower jaw.
Oh, look at those teeth.
Yeah.
Look at those teeth, like little spears. Why are they like little spears? What does that do?
I know, they're pretty sharp, aren't they?
Yeah.
Well, they grind. Well, can you imagine eating this stuff? You got to grind it up pretty
Yeah,
fine.
it's like a knife.
It's tough going. They're not eating lawn grass, they're eating Australian bush.
Yeah, I mean that's going like this, and it's not only a pokey, but it's like a knife blade on the top. I've never seen anything like that. I think that's the key right there.
Yeah.
A giant leg bone.
Giant leg bone.
It's something that
Yeah, it's
pops.
a wallaby.
Yeah.
I don't know, there's teeth out the front like that.
Yeah, I've never seen that. We'll have to look that up when we get home.
You wouldn't want to punch him in the nose, that's going to hurt.
Man, I love to keep that up. I'm not, obviously can't, probably take it
Rib
home.
bones.
See, you're probably tired and hungry like me and ready for something cold to drink.
It's nearly lunchtime, we need a beverage.
Yeah. Let's give it a few more minutes before we head out. And
Righto.
I want to find one of those ID dog,
dog
not
tag.
dog tag, digger tag.
Actually, the World War II diggers actually call them dead meat tickets, which is not a real nice way.
That's bad.
But that's kind of Australian black humour,
Yeah.
face.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, let me find one of those digger tags. I'm going to go with that one.
Okay.
And then we'll hit the road. Well, a couple of them, then we'll hit the road.
Yeah, I got an Australian penny.
This
is the old
huge.
stock. Yeah, 1919. So that was in circulation a long time before they dropped it here in the camp.
That's the year my father was born.
Oh, nice.
1919. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, not 1 penny. Commonwealth of Australia. That's the original design. And then on the back you got King George V looking to the left.
So that would have still been in circulation in the
definitely.
40s. They were using. I
Yeah.
mean, it looks like it's in good shape even for then. Yeah.
Well, look at that. That was a deep hole. That was 8 inches down in the granite. Yeah, that's a good nick.
1919.
Nice patina.
Beautiful. It is. Just
Yeah.
a beautiful penny.
Yeah,
Awesome.
nice. We're doing well in here today.
I got to quit talking so much and looking at your stuff
That's the
and
problem.
finding
You've gotta-
some of my own.
yeah.
I got to find some.
Righto.
No, I've done really good. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm happy already. So
Yeah.
I found some really good
We've
finds.
got some between the three of us.
Oh, I couldn't ask for a better day.
Yeah, and it's all compact and it's weather's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Haven't been bit yet.
I mean, we're all upright and breathing at this point.
It's a successful day. All right, 5 more minutes.
Yeah, okay.
I smell something dead on the air in this area. Hard to say what it is or how far away it is, but I'm going to keep my eyes open and look for it. I wanted to show you something though. I'm digging a lot of this wire. This is copper wire that, they had electricity here, so this could have been running between buildings or whatever, but there's a lot of it and it stretches for long ways. So I'm not going to dig that up. I'm going to rebury that one. I just wanted you to see it and know what we're finding, or at least what. Oh man, it's strong. See which way the wind's blowing and just go and follow it. Of course, not a breath of air. I think it's coming this way, so I think whatever it is going to be up there, which is where we're digging. There's war and there's a pack. It's not far from this area. Maybe up in these bushes. Might be like a dead something. Well, obviously dead something, but I don't know what it would be. Oh well, I'm not gonna look too close. I might not really want to know. Just dug the bullet from one of those pistol cartridges, and it's actually, I think it's probably fired. Got a little bit of a ding on the top. And you got to remember, these are full metal jacket, so it's completely enclosed in copper. And the purpose for that was kind of one of those Geneva Convention things. Because if you put that full metal jacket on there, it would pass through the body and not just rip it apart so much. And just having a hole in you would put you out of commission. Didn't have to necessarily kill you. Just a hole was good enough to get you gone. And guess what? You got to probably get 1 or 2 of your buddies or the medic or whatever to get you off the field, so it takes more than one person out of battle. You killed one soldier, you've killed one soldier. You wound a soldier, you've taken a couple of them off the battlefield. Generally speaking, full metal jacket, gotta love them. Of course, the ones they have nowadays pretty much fragment anyway, so it's such high velocity. It's kind of gruesome, isn't it, really? So much iron in here. I'm a little bit nervous about it though, because it's grunting all around, but I think there's something right in the middle of it. Let me set you down and we'll just go ahead and dig that one up together. A little bit nervous about it though. Oh, that's tough grass. I'm gonna have to peel that grass off right here. Because there's so much iron, I can hear a lot of little grunts, so just hope it's not a piece of flat iron mixed in. Alright, that should have gotten it, or at least we'll have a good signal now if it's a good target. Yeah, I think it's a humdinger. Still got a bunch of grunting too off to the side. Getting closer. Let's go ahead and pinpoint her. It's right there. I suspect there's some more targets in here too off to the side, but I think the thing we want's right there. All right, now we should be able to... Oh no! I hit it, but at least it's iron. That was kind of giving that halfway good squeak, but does that because of that shape. We'll check it one more time. Yeah, I think it was all it was. Whew, all right, one more target, and I'm breaking for the day. It's really surprising for the ground to be as dry as it is, how much depth we're getting in here. Just dug this. It's got a little plow mark on it, which is really a chig scrape. But it's a piece of brass. No idea what it goes to. It took me like 15 minutes to dig that. I think I'm going to come during the rainy season from now on, because we can hunt in the rain with these things. I bet the ground's a lot softer. Whew. I tell you, it's kind of like trying to herd cats with these guys. So that whole herding cats thing about can't get them to leave, well, this is why. So I gave up too early.
Well, this wouldn't have happened if you said, let's go and have some lunch, and we're heading back to the car. Look at
Look
this.
at that. Silver!
Silver and a bit of clay. It's another threepence. Oh, look at that.
Oh, it's a beauty.
Another KG5. It's another sheaf of wheat. Could be Denver or San Francisco, and if it's got no mint mark, it's Melbourne. We did mint some here.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's nice. In good
Herding
nick too.
cats.
Yeah.
I gave up too early. See, here's my stuff.
Yeah. Let's go and get a cold drink.
Yeah. I'm out of water. I really do have a reason for this.
Yeah.